Have you ever been caught in that frustrating limbo, wondering if she's dropping subtle hints of attraction, or if you're simply projecting your desires onto a blank canvas? Let's be honest, sometimes, the signals are as clear as a summer's day, radiating warmth and invitation. But more often than not, and I'd wager for most of us, those delicate cues float by unnoticed, lost in the noise of our own anxieties and insecurities. We're so busy trying to appear a certain way, to say the right things, that we completely miss the genuine expressions unfolding right before our eyes. Today, we're diving deep, dissecting 6 unmistakable signs that a woman wants to sleep with you. But this isn't your typical, shallow, pickup artist guide. We're exploring these signals through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to navigate the turbulent waters of life with reason, virtue, and above all, self-control. These signs are subtle, often masked beneath layers of societal expectations and personal reservations. But when recognized and understood through the lens of Stoicism, they become undeniable, offering a glimpse into the often hidden landscape of female desire. By the end of this video, you'll possess a whole new perspective on attraction, a deeper understanding of human behavior, and, perhaps most importantly, a renewed sense of self-awareness. So, stick with me. You might be surprised, even humbled, by how much you've been missing all along. This isn't about becoming a manipulative Casanova. It's about becoming a more observant, understanding, and ultimately, a more virtuous man. Sign number 1, lingering eye contact, the window to the soul, and maybe more. Let's start with what seems like the most obvious, yet ironically, one of the most often overlooked signs of attraction, lingering eye contact. Eye contact, in its essence, is one of the most primal and powerful forms of nonverbal communication. Throughout human history, even predating spoken language, we've relied on our eyes to convey a spectrum of emotions, from fear and aggression to trust and affection. You can glean so much from a simple glance, a fleeting connection that can send powerful messages, especially when it lingers just a bit longer than societal norms dictate. Think about this. When someone is casually interested in you, as a friend, colleague, or acquaintance, they'll make eye contact, acknowledge your presence, and then look away after a few seconds. It's a polite exchange, nothing more. But when a woman holds your gaze, maintaining that connection for just a bit longer than usual, it's almost certainly not by accident. She's consciously, or perhaps even subconsciously, telling you something without uttering a single word. She's extending an invitation, a silent inquiry into the potential for something more. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, lost in a haze of wishful thinking. It's incredibly easy to misread these kinds of signals, to inflate a simple moment of connection into something it's not. That's precisely where Stoicism comes in, acting as a guiding light in the often murky waters of attraction. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate inner calm, to be observant without being intrusive, and to remain fully present in each and every moment. It's about responding to the world with reason and virtue, rather than reacting impulsively based on our desires and anxieties. You're not just reacting impulsively to a pretty face, you're paying attention to the subtleties of her behavior, the nuances of her expression, and the overall context of the situation. Imagine this scenario: you're engaged in a conversation with a woman at a social gathering. The conversation is flowing naturally, and then, she locks eyes with you. It's not a fleeting glance, it's a direct, sustained connection. She doesn't look away nervously or break the gaze with an awkward laugh. Instead, she holds your gaze, perhaps even with a slight, enigmatic smile playing on her lips. That's an invitation. It's as if she's consciously drawing you into her personal space, signaling that she's interested in exploring a deeper connection, a connection that transcends mere platonic interaction. Now, in that moment, you might feel the urge to overthink, to analyze every micro-expression, or to act impulsively, blurting out a clumsy compliment or making an ill-advised move. But as a Stoic, your goal is to remain composed, to maintain your inner equilibrium in the face of external stimuli. Let the moment breathe, allow the tension to build naturally. Hold her gaze confidently, demonstrating that you've picked up on her signal without making it awkward or intimidating. You're not chasing after her, desperately seeking validation. You're letting her come to you, allowing her to dictate the pace of the interaction. That calm, confident composure is exactly what a Stoic man embodies. It's about awareness, not overreaction, about understanding, not manipulation. It's about remaining true to your own values, regardless of the external circumstances. Here's a question for you to ponder: how often have you noticed a woman holding eye contact with you, maintaining that gaze for just a fraction longer than necessary, but brushed it off as nothing, attributing it to mere politeness or chance? Think back on past interactions. You might be surprised to realize that you've been missing something incredibly important, a subtle invitation that could have led to something more meaningful. The world is filled with these quiet invitations, waiting to be noticed by those who are truly present. Sign number 2, intentional touch, breaking the physical barrier with purpose. Let's talk about the power of touch, one of the most telling forms of communication when it comes to attraction, but also one of the easiest to misinterpret, leading to awkward situations and misunderstandings. Here's the crucial key to understanding its significance: it's all about the intention behind the touch. A casual brush against someone in a crowded space is meaningless. A polite handshake is simply a gesture of greeting. But when a woman touches you deliberately, with a clear sense of purpose, whether it's a light brush on the arm during conversation, a playful nudge on the shoulder, or a hand placed momentarily on your knee, it's almost certainly not just a casual, random move. It's her testing the waters, gauging your reaction, and seeing how you'll respond to her physical advances. It's a subtle exploration of boundaries, a way of assessing your comfort level and determining if you're receptive to a more intimate connection. Now, Stoicism teaches us to stay present in each and every moment, to cultivate a heightened awareness of our surroundings, and to notice the small, often overlooked details that reveal deeper truths. If her touch lingers just a bit too long, extending beyond the realm of mere politeness, or if she finds subtle ways to initiate physical contact throughout your interaction, it's a strong sign that she's comfortable around you, that she feels a sense of ease and familiarity in your presence. This comfort is a crucial prerequisite for attraction. Think about how often she might touch your arm during a conversation, perhaps while laughing at something you said, or lightly place her hand on your shoulder as she leans in to whisper something in your ear. These aren't random, unconscious gestures, they're deliberate signals of attraction, carefully orchestrated to gauge your response. A Stoic man, however, doesn't get flustered or overwhelmed by these advances. He doesn't overreact with clumsy attempts at reciprocation. Instead, he remains grounded, maintaining his inner composure, and recognizing her gesture for what it truly is, a sign of interest, an invitation to explore a deeper connection. Stoicism isn't about ignoring these cues, suppressing your desires, or pretending to be indifferent. It's about calmly understanding their deeper meaning, processing the information with reason and virtue, and responding in a way that aligns with your own values and principles. When she touches you repeatedly, in different contexts, and with a clear sense of intention, it's her way of inviting a closer connection, both physically and emotionally. She's subtly signaling that she wants to break down the barriers of personal space and explore the potential for something more intimate. Consider this real-life example: you're sitting at a table, engaged in a captivating conversation, and she lightly touches your arm while laughing at something you said. The touch lasts for just a second longer than usual, a subtle extension of physical contact that transcends mere politeness. That's no accident. As a Stoic man, you would take notice of this gesture, acknowledging its significance, but not allowing yourself to become overly excited or carried away by the moment. Instead, you stay composed, maintaining your inner equilibrium, and letting her see that you're in control of the situation, that you're not easily swayed by fleeting desires. The more composed you are, the more intrigued she becomes, drawn to your inner strength and your unwavering sense of self-control. Here's another question to consider: have you ever been in a situation where a woman subtly initiated physical contact with you, but you dismissed it as mere friendliness or coincidence? What if that touch was her way of expressing interest, of signaling her desire for a more intimate connection? Perhaps it's time to reevaluate those past interactions, to view them through a new, more observant lens. Sign number 3, she seeks private conversations, carving out moments of intimacy. One of the clearest and most unmistakable signs that a woman is interested in more than just casual interaction, more than just friendly banter or polite conversation, is when she starts actively seeking you out for private conversations, carving out moments of intimacy in an otherwise crowded and chaotic world. Whether it's in a bustling, crowded room filled with friends and acquaintances, or over late-night text messages when others are asleep, if she's consistently making efforts to get alone with you, to create moments of solitude and connection, that's a powerful indication of deeper interest, a subtle declaration of her desire for something more personal and meaningful. Let's break down the psychology behind this behavior. If she subtly suggests stepping outside for some fresh air, escaping the noise and distractions of the social gathering, or if she sends you a text message late at night, when everyone else is offline, these aren't random acts of spontaneity, they're intentional maneuvers, carefully designed to create opportunities for private connection. She wants to create moments where it's just the two of you, where she can shed the pretense of social interaction and reveal her true self, her vulnerabilities, and her desires. And she's testing your response to see if you're willing to reciprocate, to meet her halfway and embark on a journey of deeper intimacy. This is where Stoicism comes into play, guiding us towards a more reasoned and virtuous approach to attraction. Stoicism teaches us to be self-aware, to understand our own motivations and desires, and to be clear-minded in our interactions with others. A Stoic man recognizes that when a woman seeks out these private moments, she's showing a degree of vulnerability, exposing herself to the potential for rejection or judgment. She's implicitly telling you that she wants a more personal connection, a deeper understanding, and perhaps even a romantic relationship. But instead of jumping to conclusions, rushing into things with reckless abandon, or allowing your desires to cloud your judgment, you stay grounded in the present moment, observing her actions with a calm and discerning eye, and letting the moment unfold naturally, without pressure or expectation. You don't force the issue, you don't try to manipulate the situation to your advantage, and you certainly don't take her vulnerability for granted. Instead, you create a safe and supportive space for her to express herself authentically, to share her thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. Consider this example scenario: you're at a party, surrounded by friends and acquaintances, and she subtly suggests going outside for a moment to escape the noise and chaos. In that seemingly innocuous moment, she's creating a space for just the two of you, a sanctuary of solitude where you can connect on a deeper level. It's her way of saying that she's interested in building a more intimate connection, both emotionally and perhaps physically. As a Stoic, you don't rush or pressure the situation. You remain calm and collected, allowing her to set the pace, and demonstrating your respect for her boundaries. You engage in meaningful conversation, you listen attentively to her words, and you offer her your undivided attention, showing her that you value her as an individual, not just as a potential romantic partner. Think about this for a moment: have you ever had someone go out of their way to talk to you privately, to seek you out in a crowded room or initiate a late-night conversation, but you didn't think much of it at the time? What if that was her way of signaling interest, of subtly declaring her desire for a more intimate connection? Perhaps it's time to reevaluate those past interactions, to consider the possibility that you may have missed a valuable opportunity for connection. Sign number 4, flirtatious body language, the unspoken language of desire. Body language often speaks louder than words, conveying emotions, intentions, and desires that we may not even be consciously aware of. And when it comes to attraction, that silent language becomes even more pronounced, more revealing. When a woman is interested in you on a deeper level, when she desires a more intimate connection, her body will often reveal it long before she ever utters a word, betraying her true feelings through a series of subtle yet unmistakable cues. Stoicism teaches us to be attentive to these nonverbal cues, to cultivate a heightened awareness of our surroundings, and to recognize the hidden meanings that lie beneath the surface of everyday interactions. Because, as any seasoned observer knows, nonverbal communication can often be the most honest and revealing form of expression, unburdened by the constraints of social expectations and conscious control. So, what specific body language cues should you be looking for? What subtle signals can betray a woman's true feelings? Start by noticing how she positions herself around you, how she physically orients her body in relation to yours. If she leans in closer when you talk, subtly encroaching on your personal space, or if she unconsciously mirrors your movements, adopting similar postures and gestures, she's breaking that invisible barrier of personal space, signaling her comfort and her desire for a more intimate connection. It's her way of creating a sense of rapport and closeness, of subconsciously aligning herself with you on a physical level. Stoicism helps you stay grounded and composed in these situations, preventing you from overthinking the situation or reacting impulsively. It allows you to notice these subtle shifts in body language without getting carried away by your own desires, maintaining a sense of objectivity and self-control. Then, pay close attention to how she plays with her hair or touches her face. These seemingly innocuous gestures are often subconscious signs of nervous excitement or attraction, betraying her inner feelings through a series of unconscious movements. If she twirls her hair around her finger while maintaining eye contact, or if she frequently touches her face, particularly her lips or neck, she's likely feeling a heightened sense of arousal in your presence. Furthermore, observe the direction in which her legs are pointed. If her legs are crossed and pointed directly in your direction, that's another subtle signal that she's interested in you, that she's drawn to your energy and wants to maintain a close connection. The key here is not to overthink these cues, to avoid getting caught up in a web of analysis and speculation. And above all, avoid getting too eager, too quick to assume that every subtle gesture is a sign of undeniable attraction. A Stoic man recognizes these signals for what they are, potential indicators of interest, but not definitive proof of desire. He allows the moment to build naturally, maintaining a delicate balance between confidence and patience, and allowing the connection to unfold organically, without pressure or expectation. Consider this real-life example: you're engaged in a conversation with a woman, and you notice that she's playing with her hair while maintaining prolonged eye contact, subtly signaling her interest and her desire for a deeper connection. Or perhaps she's leaning in closer, her body angled directly toward you, mirroring your movements and subtly encroaching on your personal space. These are all signs that she's attracted to you, that she's drawn to your presence and wants to explore the potential for something more intimate. A Stoic man would remain calm and collected in these moments, acknowledging these cues without getting carried away by his own desires, and responding in a way that is both respectful and authentic. Sign number 5, frequent compliments, beyond casual flattery, a declaration of admiration. Compliments are a fundamental form of social lubrication, a way to express appreciation, acknowledge positive qualities, and foster positive interactions. But when a woman frequently compliments your appearance, your personality, or your achievements, it transcends the realm of casual flattery and becomes a powerful signal of attraction, a declaration of admiration that reveals her deeper feelings. It's a sign that she's paying close attention to how you look, how you present yourself to the world, and how you interact with others, indicating that she's drawn to you on both a physical and emotional level. Here's where Stoicism plays a crucial role in helping us navigate these complex social interactions. A Stoic man doesn't let compliments inflate his ego, causing him to become arrogant or self-absorbed. Nor does he brush them off as insignificant, dismissing the genuine feelings that lie behind them. He acknowledges them for what they are, valuable indicators of deeper interest, but not definitive measures of his self-worth. He understands that external validation is fleeting and ultimately unreliable, and that true happiness comes from within, from living a virtuous and meaningful life. If a woman consistently compliments your physique, your smile, your sense of humor, or the way you carry yourself with confidence and grace, it's her way of expressing that she's attracted to more than just your superficial qualities. She's drawn to your presence, your energy, and how you make her feel in your presence. She's subtly signaling that she values your inner qualities, your character, and your overall demeanor. A Stoic man remains composed in these moments, not allowing the compliments to dictate his self-worth, but recognizing that they are meaningful signs of attraction, deserving of a genuine and heartfelt response. He expresses his gratitude with sincerity, acknowledging her kind words and reciprocating with compliments of his own, creating a positive and mutually affirming exchange. Consider this real-life scenario. She might say, "You always look so well put together," or "You have such a captivating smile," or "You smell amazing." These compliments aren't just about your physical appearance, they're about the overall impression you make, the way you command attention, and the positive emotions you evoke in her presence. A Stoic man acknowledges the compliment with grace and humility, but doesn't let it control his reaction. He remains calm and collected, showing that he's confident in his own skin, without needing external validation to bolster his self-esteem. He might respond with a simple, "Thank you, I appreciate that," or "That's very kind of you to say," demonstrating his gratitude without allowing the compliment to inflate his ego. He understands that true confidence comes from within, from knowing your own worth and living in accordance with your values. Sign number 6, she brings up sexual topics, testing the waters of intimacy. The most direct and unmistakable sign that a woman is interested in pursuing a more intimate connection is when she starts bringing up sexual topics or making suggestive comments, subtly testing the waters to see if you're receptive to her advances. This isn't something that happens by accident, nor is it a casual, offhand remark. Women are often more subtle than men when expressing their desires, preferring to drop hints and gauge your reaction before making a direct declaration of interest. By introducing these sexually charged topics into the conversation, she's cautiously testing the waters, assessing your comfort level, and determining if you're on the same page. She's looking to see if you're mature enough to handle the conversation with confidence and poise, and if you're open to exploring the possibility of a more intimate connection. A Stoic man doesn't jump at the opportunity, allowing his desires to cloud his judgment and rushing headlong into a situation he may not be prepared for. Nor does he get carried away by excitement, losing his composure and acting in a way that is disrespectful or objectifying. Instead, he stays grounded in the present moment, listening carefully to her words, observing her body language, and responding thoughtfully and respectfully. He understands that a woman who brings up sexual topics is showing a degree of vulnerability, exposing herself to the potential for rejection or judgment. He recognizes that she's looking to see if he's a man who can handle the conversation with maturity and respect, and if he's someone who is worthy of her trust. Consider this example scenario. Maybe she makes a playful remark about a steamy scene in a movie you're watching together, or mentions something flirtatious that happened to her recently, subtly testing your reaction and gauging your interest. She's creating an opening for you to reciprocate, to express your own desires in a way that is both respectful and enticing. As a Stoic, you remain composed, engaging with the conversation thoughtfully and respectfully, but not rushing into anything or making any assumptions about her intentions. You might respond with a witty retort, a playful tease, or a thoughtful question, demonstrating your intelligence and your ability to engage in mature and respectful conversation. Your calmness shows that you're in control of your desires and emotions, which only makes you more attractive in her eyes, signaling that you're a man who is worthy of her trust and her affection. The Stoic path to understanding attraction. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control the actions of others, we can control how we respond to them. We can't force someone to be attracted to us, nor can we manipulate their feelings through deceptive tactics. But we can cultivate inner virtues, such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, that make us more attractive to others, both physically and emotionally. When it comes to attraction, this mindset is crucial. Recognizing these 6 signs is about understanding human behavior on a deeper level, without jumping to conclusions or acting impulsively. It's about cultivating a heightened awareness of your surroundings, observing the subtle cues that betray people's true feelings, and responding in a way that is both respectful and authentic. If you can spot these signs in a woman, chances are she's signaling that she's interested in more than just casual conversation, that she desires a more intimate connection. But as a true Stoic, you remain patient, calm, and composed, allowing the connection to build naturally, without pressure or expectation. There's no need to rush the process, to force the issue, or to manipulate the situation to your advantage. True confidence lies in knowing that everything will unfold as it should, that the universe will conspire to bring you together if it is truly meant to be. And if it is not, you remain content with your own inner strength, knowing that your worth is not dependent on external validation. Remember, attraction is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon, influenced by a variety of factors, including physical appearance, personality, shared interests, and overall chemistry. These 6 signs are simply indicators of potential interest, not guarantees of success. The most important thing is to remain true to yourself, to live a life that is aligned with your values, and to treat others with respect and compassion. If you can do that, you'll naturally attract the right people into your life, creating meaningful connections that are built on a foundation of mutual respect, understanding, and genuine affection. If you found value in this breakdown of Stoicism and attraction, if you feel like you've gained a deeper understanding of human behavior and the subtle cues that betray our true feelings, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Tap the notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll see you in the next one.